Yeah. What's up with y'all boys and girls, man? Hey, it's Jay Briggs here on this beautiful money-making Monday here at the PickDawgz Morning Show. You know the drill, man. We live 365 days a year. Just to let you guys know our thoughts, opinions, and how we see today's action playing out. Man, oh man, oh man, what a weekend we're coming off of. I'm damn near out of breath. I'm tired. I feel like I was outside all weekend, drunk off tequila. I'm kind of hungover. But we got one more to do tonight, man. It's glad to have football back. Glad to have the NFL back. College football was cool. And a lot to talk about today, of course. First Monday morning recap. Chris, my man. Good morning, sir. How are you?
Doing all right. Yeah, it was a solid college football Saturday, solid NFL week one. Some teams definitely showed up. Like you said, some teams disappointed. We're going to talk about that a little bit, but game of the year contender already. I don't even know if anything's going to be able to top that. So I'm ready to break down the card, though. Ready to look at Monday's action, new week, new money to be made. Our last day here in Vegas, a little bit sad, but that's okay.
Jeremy, good morning, sir. How are you?
Morning, man. Yeah, I wish my Saturday didn't go as great, and my top two plays this weekend all came down to being 50-50 games. And what I mean by that is no matter how you handicapped it, it came down to the end, and it could have went either way. And that was the Falcons, which I lost on Sunday, and Baylor, which I won on Saturday. And what a weird game that was. I got to apologize to South Florida. I was not familiar with your game, as I thought it was a bit of an overreaction. They beat Florida. I had a winning day yesterday, but it's one of those weird days where I gave out the Ravens plus 1.5 at the beginning of the week, and you hope everybody that bought it still got the 1.5. But you know how it is with that number. Like some guys are, I'll just bet them on the money line, or so it's even though it was a winning week for me, it didn't feel like it after what happened last night. And boy, oh boy, am I tired of talking about John Harbaugh and the Ravens blowing double-digit leads. 17 double-digit leads he's blown. It's the most since 1991, 8 games in the past 4 years, they've had a 90% plus chance of winning a game, and they lost those games. So Ravens got to figure out what the hell the deal is when they get up by double digits and can't hang on.
Man, oh man, oh man. We'll talk about that game, I am sure, coming up here in the recap. For me, y'all, I'm coming off a really cool weekend. Glad to have football back. I went 3-1 yesterday in the NFL. My only loss was the Atlanta Falcons. Young Way Cool. You owe me one, bro. That's all I'm gonna say. I'll be nice. You owe me one, bro. But other than that, it was a really cool weekend for me. I hit my top play in complete no sweat fashion. I told y'all, man, Sam Darnold season for Daniel Jones. I'm calling it. I nailed it. Daniel Jones is gonna be a good quarterback this year. I hate it. But that's just the NFL, man. That's just the NFL. So shout out to Daniel Jones and the Colts. That was my top play over the weekend. I thought they played really well. Tua, he has a new name. It's no longer Tua Tagovailoa. It's Tua Turn the Ball Over.
That's been there for years.
Yeah, I know, but it sticks for sure now. Like it's implemented. Because there's always been like that. Tua's gonna figure it out. He's a good quarterback. McDaniel. Everybody. There's always hope for that team, and it just never sticks. And I felt like that was what it was yesterday. Miami's as I said on yesterday's show, man, the blow up is way closer than I think people may think. Indy's roster as much than people may think. So it was just a good day for me overall yesterday. Raiders got it done. And I had another one. I had the Niners. That was kind of a sweat. But shout out to them boys, man. Shout out to them boys. So on the show overall, though, I thought I had a really solid day. So just ready to keep it rolling into today, man. Chris, you're up first, Brody. What you want to talk about? What was probably the craziest thing that happened over the weekend?
Oh man, I mean it's hard. Like Jeremy was saying, it's hard to top another double-digit blown lead for the Ravens. Because I'm not gonna lie, I was kind of walking back to the hotel last night, and I was like, I see that it's like another 2-score lead for the Ravens. It's not that I turned the game off. I just kind of forgot to pay attention to it. And then I was just like, yeah, wonder what happened in the game. And I see 40-38 with the Bills in the red zone. I'm like, what? What the hell just happened? And then I'm walking around my hotel room and I'm like, holy shit. Like I got on TV. I was like, they're actually going to do this. Holy crap. And yeah, I mean, that was that. Again, not to kind of carry that on, but I think that was just for me the craziest thing from week one.
Fair. I definitely agree. Jeremy.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, I was on it with the Colts with you. So like I was telling everybody that listened to me that I love the Colts, I love the Falcons, and I love the Ravens. And it's so funny because the first message I got or I saw this morning after the Ravens game, my prediction was, and I wrote it in my write-up, that I think this is an underdog, which they were at the time, that's going to win by double digits. And they're up 15 in the fourth quarter. My ass fell asleep. Full disclosure, man. I'm fighting it, and I'm just like, it ain't happening. I was out, and then I wake up like around 1 o'clock, and I'm trying to look at my phone, and I can't see shit without my glasses. And I'm like, that looks like 41-40. What the hell? And then, just trying to figure that out. The game that I thought was really interesting is I was on the Browns, and they totally outplayed Cincinnati, and then they did what the Browns do. They browned. Kind of curious. I know the Browns come to Baltimore next week as 12.5-point dogs, but that Cincy defense sucks, man. They're so bad.
Yeah. Yep. And for the Ravens game, man, I was kind of in the same boat where I was it was a long day for me. Sunday, Saturday, they're long days for me, y'all. So I was kind of dozing off. I had tweeted out. I didn't have a premium on it or anything, but I tweeted out before the game. I'm gonna put a couple bucks on the Bills. Man, man, what a roller coaster. I've talked about it a lot with my friends, and of course, this morning, a lot of people want to sort the blame. I see a lot of blame on the defense, on the head coach. Ultimately, me, man, I go to the leaders. I go to the leaders, man. I go to Lamar Jackson and Derrick Henry. And you look at the box score, you look at the offensive production they put up, and you say, Jay, how the hell do you get to that conclusion? How the hell is that their fault? And I just say, bro, 5 minutes up 15, you have the best running game in football. You can't get one first down? One first down? That's all it took. It took one first down. Y'all could have ended that football game. Derrick Henry, hell of a fucking football game, bro. You ran the pill, but when it mattered most, what did you do? You put the ball on the carpet, man, in your own territory. So I just don't know what it is with them boys, man. Like, I think they are probably the most talented team in the NFL, but there's a reason I don't have them winning the Super Bowl. There's a reason. They got to show me, man. They're going to have to show me. And it just feels like in the biggest moments, there's two players that just seem to always overcome, or almost always, right now. And that's 1-5 in Kansas City and 1-7 in Buffalo. It just, it just is what it is. So shout out Josh Allen and company last night, man. Shout out to the Bills. For the Ravens, I mean, they're probably going to go on to have a really amazing season, a solid record, make the playoffs. But my argument is still going to be my argument in the biggest game. Can we trust them in the biggest games? Can we? Are we? And a loss like that now, that could very well send them back on the road to Buffalo in the postseason. It very well could do that.
And Jay, in the Super Bowl, if you go back to what Harbaugh kind of hangs his hat on, I won the Super Bowl. They blew a double-digit lead there, and had they called the holding in the end zone, it could have been a different story, and it could be San Fran holding that trophy. So I'm not a Harbaugh guy at all. He drives me nuts, but I get your point.
Yeah, so I mean, yeah, my Cowboys, we lost a big game too. We lost, CeeDee Lamb has to catch. We already talked about that. We can talk about it right here too, because recap. CeeDee Lamb has to catch those footballs. Miles Sanders cannot fumble that football on the road at the Super Bowl champs. He has to unhook that trailer. He breaks into the open field. You have to score that. You have to. So, Cowboys made some huge mistakes on the road at Philadelphia that cost them that football game. And in the biggest moments, you can't make those style plays, and I don't have the Cowboys winning the Super Bowl this year. I think they're way better than people give them credit for. People telling me they're not making the playoffs, and I think you're crazy if you think that. I think we're going to be what we always are, probably a wild card team. We might win the division if things break our way, just because how this division has played out over the last 25 years. You just never know. It's the NFL, man. Not for long is what it stands for. So, yeah, man, this is just my Monday morning thoughts, man. That's all this is. This is all this is. It's just my Monday morning thoughts. I don't want y'all to take me too serious. So yeah, let's see. Chris, what else? You got anything else you thought was interesting? We got baseball and one football game, so we got some time.
Yeah, I don't know if it was more interesting or frustrating, but the Giants just not showing up at all.
Yeah.
Russell Wilson, who I thought was an upgrade at quarterback, maybe still will be, but week 1, 17 of 37, 168 yards, led the Giants in rushing. You can't have that if you're the Giants. You can't have Russell Wilson leading your team in rushing. I understand mobile quarterbacks and everything, but you got to have some semblance of a run game, and they had nothing. The Commanders ran all over them. If this is where the Giants are going to be, then they're going to be picking top 3 again this year, I think.
Can I interest y'all in my New York argument? Overrated, overvalued? Does it hold any weight?
For the Giants, or you just talking Giants or Jets, or both of them?
Talking all New York. It doesn't matter how good the team is coming into the season. They're going to get some sort of hype, and you can usually fade the hype.
Yeah. One of the things I saw yesterday, I thought Russell Wilson looked terrible. I thought Justin Fields played his ass off and deserved better, but across the board, Calvin Ridley with a huge drop that could have helped.
It's trash. Jeremy, oh my God, he pissed me off yesterday.
Jerry Jeudy with a big drop in the middle of the field. I know Drake London had a couple, you can call it great defense drops, whatever you want to do. And Derrick Henry trying to stiff arm Ed Oliver and getting it punched out. There are a lot of points in the NFL games that people are going to say that's why they lost. There's more reasons than that. But, man, when you see that at the end of the game, you're like, come on. It's ridiculous.
Man. Titans, man. I told you I was leaning towards them ATS. I thought I was crazy. I wanted the outright money line, and I can't lie. There was chances they could have did it. They really could have. I watched most of that game. And I'm going to say this. Cam Ward, I like you. I do like Cam Ward. I like Cam Ward. I like.
You see his dad?
Yes, and I was his dad. Because, bro, they sold Cam Ward yesterday against that defense on the road in your first career start. Some of the throws he stepped up and made in that pocket, bro, I was like, he's going to be one of them ones in this league. Tennessee got them one. Calvin really had 3 big drops. His drops was worse than CD's almost. I'm talking about. I feel like Cam Ward stepped up and hit him up that seam twice. Of course, he made a couple rookie mistakes that every rookie's going to make in their first game, especially on the road, hostile environment like Denver against a defense that damn good. But I think the future is low-key kind of bright in Tennessee. I think Tennessee's going to be better than people think. Tennessee's a team I got my eye on. I like what I saw from Tennessee yesterday.
Denver goes to the Colts next week, which is another one of those games I had circled. I'm wondering what this spot looks like.
Yep. Giants, yeah, Chris, you hit the nail on the head. They're trash. They're going to be trash again. Abdul Carter, overrated. On that one, he had a clear shot on Jaden Daniels. Instead, he hit him with the box out. Did y'all see that? He closed out like it was basketball. That had me laughing. Let's see. What else?
The other thing, Jay, is with all that talk of red zone and picking up commercials, there were only 60 seconds of commercials during the whole damn thing. It was another thing people were talking about coming in.
Yeah. Oh, I got to talk about it, man. I got to talk about it, man. One of the teams that looked the best coming out of week 1, I hate to say it, bro. The damn Green Bay Packers. Fuck.
Well, your boy got his sack towards the end of the game.
Got his sack, too. He looked so sweet in that one, man. Damn. And you just know the crash course we're headed on, right? We all know the crash course we're headed on. We're gonna play them on the fifth game of the season. But we all know we're gonna see them boys in the playoffs. We all know it. It's the script. It's already written. And we already know the history between us and them, bro. So if this the year we finally knock them off, it would be perfect. It would be storybook to be the year we knock them off in the playoffs. But to talk back to reality, they look good yesterday, man. They look really good yesterday, both sides of the ball. The Lions, the Ben Johnson effect. We'll talk about Ben Johnson a little bit here in a minute. They look like they desperately missed that guy right there, man. Especially on the offensive side of the ball.
I think it's going to be important to determine if you can. It's one of those. It's the old adage that you can't go off a 1 week sample size.
Sure.
Because we could be sitting here saying that, yeah. Because I agree though. I think the Ben Johnson thing is huge. But do we also look at the fact that it's Jared Goff outdoors where he doesn't play well? You know, he doesn't play as strong. He was at Lambeau, which is a venue that he has struggled at in the past.
Sure.
You know, and it's also the same on the other side. I don't know if I'm ready to just crown the Packers because they looked good in week 1.
Fair.
The thing, they didn't have much of a running game either. The thing, I was laughing my ass off because I saw someone this morning said, what was it? It was the two running backs there are supposed to be Sonic and Knuckles, and they're more like cheeks and ass. Jahmyr Gibbs is so good, but they bottled that up. And Jared Goff's one of those guys that has to have a running game for his play action to be successful to push the ball downfield. But I was more intrigued by kind of the AFC West and NFC West, where in the AFC West, the only team that lost was the Chiefs. And the NFC West, it was like we had all these close games. Arizona wins at New Orleans. Maybe you throw that one away. But Seattle and San Fran in a tight game. The Rams beating Houston. And again, those games came down to the very end and somebody making a mistake to allow the other team to win.
Yep. I don't really take much from that Cardinals game. They're still going to be my Cardinals. The Saints, they're the worst team in the league. Everybody knows it, but they're going to compete because they're the Saints, and that was in New Orleans. I mean, it was a 7-point win. I mean, they covered the spread, wasn't it 6.5? I didn't end up betting it.
I think it depended on where you got it. Yeah.
So, shout out to Cardinals. That's my sleeper in that division now. Not even a sleeper. I think they win the division this year. I got Cardinals winning the West this year. If Kyler can stay healthy, which is a big if.
Oh, and the other funny thing was I know we talked about it on the show, but I had the over in the Thursday night game. I was the lone guy that got helped out by the rain delay. And then the rain delay kicked me right in the pills during the thunder delay, I guess you should say. Carolina and Jacksonville. I had the over. There were so many stops in the red zone, turnovers on 4th and goal, just goofy stuff happening in that game where it just never got close. But anytime you get one of those lulls with those delays in football, if you got I know people have played and you sit down for a while, everything gets tight. You're not as loose anymore. But yeah, it was an ugly one. So I got bit in the ass on the other end of that.
I will say so. For me, just completely looking back at week 1, I talked about every game. So, across the week. My only truly bad read of the week, I mean, like Jeremy said, that Falcons game came right down to it. So I don't think that was a bad read. It was a 1-point even line, and it just came down to it. I don't think that was a bad read. They lost though. I read. My only truly bad read was probably the Panthers. I didn't have them as a premium. I did have them in the circle. I felt so bad about that. I would say that's probably my only bad read from week 1. I just thought they would be better than what they were in week 1 against a Jags team. Both teams coming in, new head coaches. I kind of like some of the talent on Carolina, man, but Bryce Young might be trash. He just might be trash. So, yeah. I'll wear that one. I'll wear it. Carolina might still be that bad. Sunshine.
Y'all call me crazy.
Yeah.
I like Liam Cohen. I think we'll talk about Ben Johnson, but I think some of these new head coaches are going to unlock some of their guys that have struggled the last couple of years.
Duval. Oh, I think he's a brilliant mind too. And I'm just waiting. Like, I think the same way about Liam that I felt about Mike McDaniel, and we'll see if he's able to be a coach. But when you look at what Mike McDaniel's done, he's a brilliant offensive mind, but I feel like he wants to be friends with his players. And it just reminds me so much of Cliff Kingsbury in Arizona that it's just not going to work out.
I'm a realist, bro. I'm a realist, fam. A lot of people not real, you know. I had some gripes about Josh Allen, man. He done fixed them, though. He done fixed them. He done avenged them damn demons. There's no way you can watch a game like last night and just not give him his flowers, like, because I agree. The Ravens are the more talented team. They're more talented than the Bills in pretty much almost every department. But that man, Josh Allen. He just got a willpower to him, man. That's really likable. And I had to stop hating. I had to get off that hate train. I get off the hate train when it's deserving. So, and that's when I jumped off of. Shout out Josh Allen, man. Shout out to them, boy. It wasn't all him. You're right. It wasn't all him, but you know how it be. All right, man. That was a cool little recap. Anything else y'all thought? Quick college football. Kansas State. How the hell y'all lose to Army? Y'all so shit, fam. Y'all pissed me off. Oh my God. I remember I'm sitting on a K-State to win the Big 12 ticket. I'll damn near rip that up already. They so trash. Like Jeremy said, also USF.
Yeah.
To them boys, man. Y'all boys playing some football. Y'all boys playing some football. We're gonna see this week. Don't they got Miami this week?
Yeah.
That's how you schedule some shit too. Boise, Florida, in the swamp, Miami. Okay, them boys.
If they win that game, I think they're immediately the front runner for the college football playoffs.
Y'all ready to front runner.
If they win that game, you're going to see that meme with the Grim Reaper going in each door and the team's name on the door, you know, like.
And Oklahoma, welcome to the SEC. Finally, it's finally good to see y'all play some SEC football, man. Welcome. I hope y'all stay undefeated. I want y'all to go undefeated to the Red River rivalry. We're gonna knock y'all ass off, and you know that's what we want. That's what we want. That's what we want. Shout out to y'all boys. Shout out to y'all boys. Michigan, y'all need to let the training wheels off of Underwood too. Let the training wheels off. If he's as good as advertised, number one on our list, let him throw the ball. Tie the training wheels on him. Anything else from college football? I thought that was just.
I mean, this weekend was a lot of the cupcake games, as I call them, the teams that schedule so they can get bowl eligible, or you pay somebody to come visit you so you get your W. And we saw a lot of those 70-3s. I don't know how many teams scored 70 points this weekend. But the most exciting game was that Baylor SMU game. And
yes,
it would suck for anybody to lose that one. But I was just happy to be on the right side and feel very fortunate the way it bounced.
Man, right here in the heart of my city, man. I should have went to that game. I was just so busy. You know, I'm just busy right now. It was on a Saturday. And it was an early kickoff, too. Had it been later in the day, I probably would have went. But at 11 o'clock, it was no way I could have made that. But what a game that was, man. Whew. Shit. I was texting Al and Ron during the game. I left the game alone. All week I was saying, I think a lot of sharp people I respect are on Baylor. I personally think SMU is the better football team. If I were to bet it, I would bet SMU. So during the game, I'm texting Al and Ron. I'm like, man, I'm so mad I didn't bet SMU, bro. I'm so mad. And then Al just so happened, I guess he might have been busy. He didn't respond after the game. He just, aren't you glad you didn't bet SMU? I'm like, yeah, I guess so, man. So, shout out Baylor, man. Shout out Baylor. Sawyer Robinson, hell of a 2-week start, stat-wise. So, yeah, I'm ready to start getting into some more nitty-gritty in college football, though. Like Jeremy said, week 2 was kind of cupcakes. Yep. And then, of course, baseball. We're going to talk some baseball, but the biggest thing of the weekend happened in Baltimore. Oh, my God. Yamamoto.
I was at a concert on Saturday night, and my buddy leans over and he goes, you know, the Orioles are getting hit on 21-31. You know, the anniversary of Cal, all the former players there. Ken Griffey Jr. was there. Like, there's this great picture of Eddie Murray, Ken Griffey Jr., and Mookie Betts together. where somebody said, hey, the 3 greatest black hitters of our generation. I said, yeah, except you're missing the greatest one, Barry Bonds, but okay. It was kind of a cool scene to be there, but like having my buddy watching it on his phone going, oh, they broke up the no-hitter. Hey, they got a guy on. Hey, they got another guy on. Hey, they just scored another run. I mean, back-to-back days against the Dodgers of walking them off when the Orioles didn't have a walk-off all season long until like late July, and then they just picked up 2 over the weekend.
Insane, man. Baseball. You know, here at Pick Dawgz, with football back, we don't neglect baseball, kind of, but not all the way. Sundays, I might neglect it a little bit, but other than that, we're still here. Let's do it. Let's talk some Major League Baseball. We start our day in Cleveland. We got the Guardians of the Galaxy battling it out with the Royals. On the mound is Slade Ciccone. Sounds like a street level villain in DC Comics. Versus Ryan Berger. We have the Nationals versus the Marlins. Kay Cavalli versus Junk. And the Phillies and the Mets. Aaron Nola versus McClain. Chris, what we doing?
Yeah, I'm going to lean towards the Mets here.
What?
I know. It's just at a certain point, you just got to swallow your pride and acknowledge the spot. And McClain's pitched really well. 4 wins and 4 starts. You have Aaron Nola, who's been getting cranked for the better part of the season. A Mets team that's hitting right-handed pitching really well right now. So are the Phillies, and wouldn't surprise me if they got to McClain for a couple runs here, but I still think in the end the Mets find a way to get past the Phillies here. And it's a reasonable price near coin flip, so take the Mets in that one.
Jeremy, you got any thoughts first 3?
Yeah, I'm on the same game as Chris. I mean, Cleveland and the Royals didn't see anything there, and same thing with the Nats and Marlins. It's just I know Junk's on the mound, but it's just a lot of junk trying to figure out what's going to happen. This was the one game that stood out, and I know there was a pitching change overnight, but I just feel like we're going to see some runs here. And some of the research I was doing when I do prop plays, Pete Alonso loves hitting against Aaron Nola, and he liked hitting against the good Aaron Nola. So I love him today over 1.5 bases. I think he's a lifetime 327 hitter with 6 bombs off of him. And Pete Alonso's doing that when you look at a guy that's probably a lifetime 260 hitter and he's hitting 327 off you, and not a small sample size either. So I like that a lot. But I think the over is a good play. I could see, Nola getting knocked around, and initially when it was going to be Manaea, I kind of liked him getting hit as well. So I took the over, but I know they made the pitching change with the young guy. I think that kid's going to be really, really good. But this is a spot where I'm going to go with the bats. I like the over.
Fair enough. I'll stick to this game as well, and I don't have any disagreements with either of the guys. It'd be Mets, and it would be over. Aaron Nola just has been trash. I kind of wanted Chris to come in and take the Phillies so I could laugh at him. But my boy, he woke up today. He put his hate aside. That's why it kind of threw me off. But yeah, I'm on the Mets in this one. It's not a game I love or anything, but McClain is just a better starting option. And I could see I think this is a solid bounce back spot for the Mets coming off 2 tough starts on the road. So not in love with it, but I'll lean that one. Marlins Nationals. I don't love either of these 3. I don't have a premium in either of these 3, but I'll give y'all my thoughts. It would be a lean on the Marlins. I think they're the better team. Junk's the better starting option. Nationals are playing some solid baseball. Winners of 4 of their last 5. But I like how the Marlins got it done yesterday against the Phillies. I think that keeps some of that momentum rolling forward here. It's kind of like a little revenge game for the Marlins after they just struggled in Washington. So I think that gets some get back today. And Royals, Guardians. This is an important series for both. Thick in the playoff race, man. What's the AL playoff race looking like right now?
I got it right in front of me, actually. I was just looking at it. So you have right now Seattle's got the last spot. Texas is 1.5 back of Seattle. Kansas City's 2 back. Cleveland's 2.5 back. Boston. So it seems like it's going to be between those teams. Boston has a 3.5 game lead. Not that that's insurmountable, but it's a lot at this point in time to try to pick up.
Yes. Seattle. Collapse, please. I was looking at it the other day. All 4 of these teams, Seattle, Texas, Rangers, Seattle, Texas, Royals, and Cleveland, they all kind of have a tough schedule down the stretch. But none of them have just the cakewalk that it's like, oh, they're in, they're going to do it. So, really important series between 2 of these 2 teams. That's all I was saying here. If I were to play it, it would be Cleveland. I tell you, I trust Cleveland around this time of year at home. I don't trust them around this time of year on the road. It's a reason they're always in this spot around this time of year, and it's usually because of how good they are at home. And if I'm betting them, y'all know who I'm backing. Jose. I mean, Jose Ramirez to do whatever really you want him to do. Home run, total bases. It's usually on his shoulders around this time of year. So that's my thoughts. Let's keep it rolling, fellas. We got the Cubs and the Braves. On the mound in this one is Imanaga-sama, and Elder. We got the Brewers and my favorite team, the Rangers, Jose Quintana versus Lats. And we have the Twins and the Angels. This is Woods Richardson versus Dana. Jeremy, how you feeling?
Yeah, I guess I'll start with the Cubs game. Not that I'm going to give you a pick. I just want to bitch about them blowing it yesterday when I had the under and giving up 5 runs of those sorry-ass Nats in the top of the 9th. So didn't have anything for this game. I think you should check the lineup because I know a couple of the guys are banged up on the Cubs side. I can't put my money on Elder. Maybe an overplay here, but nothing really stood out. As far as Milwaukee and Texas, something I never thought I'd say. I like the over on Jose Quintana strikeouts, even though it just feels disgusting. It's 3.5. My model's got him at about 4.5, so I'll take my chances there. And lastly, I think the Twins-Angels game is the most interesting game. I think we see a lot of runs here. The algorithm I use loves the bats in this game, especially on the Angels side. I like Zach Neto over 1.5 bases. He's minus 105. I like him the homer as well. So I think the Angels are a good play, and I think the over is a good play here.
Well, we got to get the Brewers red hot right now. Of all teams to play right now, that's what we got. And we got a 1.5 game gap, bro. Like, we could do it right now, but we got the Brewers. That's what I'm going to do. I'm just going to pull out O Reliable. Everybody knows what my O Reliable is. Chris, you know what it is? Mute it. Do you know what it is?
Sorry. Under.
Let's pull out good old Reliable, man. Kind of the Brewers' offense has been hot, but Lats, I think he pitches well here. And Quintana, as much as I don't like him, as much as I always, every time I look at him on the mound, I think he's due. He just continued to come out there and pitch well. This has been a really under ballpark all season. I don't have the number up in front of me. I'll pull it up for y'all here in a second, but I'm just rolling with an under here in this one. I would love to say my Rangers win this. I would love to say all aboard the hate train. I'm scared too, though, and I don't have any of my hard-earned money on my Rangers tonight. So,
Jay, any chance they catch Houston, or is it just it's like 4.5 games or 5.5 games, something like that?
I don't want to say so because the minute I say so, they're going to collapse. So yeah. I'm going to say that they're not going to make it. Every time I say they're not going to make it, they go on a run. So we're going to get swept by the Brewers here.
Reverse jinx.
Chris, any thoughts here?
Yeah, I don't love this section of the card, but I'll stick with Sonny Managa.
Yeah.
I just can't get there with Bryce Elder. He's still the weak link of this Braves rotation for me. The Cubs, like I said, every time I seem to back the Cubs, kind of when they seem to fall apart. But like I said, I think they get to Bryce Elder here. The Braves have done decent against lefties, but Imanaga is still one of the better lefties in baseball. So I'll lean towards the Cubs there.
Cubbies. Last slot today in Major League Baseball, we got the. I was gonna pull up that number for y'all. Let me pull that up real quick. To the under as a home team, the Rangers 25, 26, 45, and 1. So 36.6% of the time they go over. Insane. The Royals are worse. That's what's even crazier. They're 27, 47, and 1. It comes out to the same percentage though, 36.5. Rangers 36.6. Unders in KC, unders in Texas. All right. Last slot, we have the Reds and the Padres. The Reds are there too. They're on the road though in this one. Nick Lodolo on the mound for the Reds. Yu Darvish on the mound for the Padres. Cardinals, Mariners, Miles McCullough on the mound for the Cardinals. Who? Woo on the mound for the Mariners.
I'll let you finish.
Diamondbacks, Giants. Chris Matt on the mound.
You got your finger on the button, don't you?
Oh, 100% I do have it.
I just remembered what you had last week. Yeah.
Logan Webb. And then Red Sox. We'll do all of them. Red Sox. I should have probably did 4-4 a minute ago. Crochet, Morales, and then Rockies, Dodgers. Chris, we'll start with you here in this slot, man. What we doing? I just knew you was gonna play it.
Yeah, it's like there was any doubt.
I knew you were.
Give me Brian Wu here. Give me the Seattle Mariners on the run line. Miles Michaelis, he's been better, but the problem is, if you look at where he's been better at home this season. His last 2 starts where he's actually been solid have come at home. On the road, he's got an ERA just under 7. So 17 of the 24 home runs he's given up have come on the road. It's probably going to be chalky, but I'm going to take Cal Raleigh for a home run here. I might sprinkle on other guys like, Randy Arozarena, maybe Julio Rodriguez for a home run here. But yeah, I just think the Cardinals are in trouble. Their offense is far too inconsistent. Granted, the Mariners haven't been that much better, but still, Wu's been the staff ace this season. I think he's good enough here. I'm going to take the Mariners and Brian Wu. See if there's anything else here. I'm so focused on the bit that I forgot to look at the rest of the thing. I lean towards. See, it's tough. I mean, it's tough because it's like I want to take Cincinnati, but because Colorado coming off the Coors Field series, and Yu Darvish hasn't been anything special. Maybe I'll still lean towards the Reds there plus money. I think that. I think Cincinnati can get the job done here behind Lodolo. He's normally been a strong pitcher when you take him out of Great American. Still not sold on the Padres against lefties right now. I think the Reds can get to Darvish, so give me the Reds.
Jeremy, would you like to close out baseball today?
Yeah, so a couple things here. Just these are only 2 games that I saw weather-wise that had an impact. The Giants game, it looked good for bats. Granted, you got Logan Webb on the bump, which makes it difficult because he can eliminate the other team just by himself. But I did think the over looked interesting there. Full disclosure, I didn't play it. The same thing with the A's and the I know it's Garrett Crochet, and I know we have a good pitching matchup here, but the wind's blowing out. This was the best spot for hitters today. It's just good luck because you got 2 good pitchers on the mound. Seeing an 8.5 total with the wind blowing out in Sacramento where the A's play, just kind of catches you off guard. So it's a big tip of the cap to the starting pitchers. But with these two, I do like Jaron Duran tonight. I took him over 1.5 bases for what that's worth. But other than that, I didn't have any plays on these games.
Fuck that. I'm playing it. You talking me out? I'm on it. I seen Scooble get cranked here, bro. Everybody that been cranked there. Crochet can add his name to the list. He is Mama That Man. We all know that. I call him Mama That Man. But I done seen the A's do it to the best of them this year. So I ain't scared of an over, especially at 8.5. And I'm not mad at a lean towards Oakland or Sacramento or the homeless, whatever you want to call it. Las Vegas.
Soon enough.
Yeah. I like this over. I do. I might add it as a freemium. As of right now, I don't have a baseball play, but I might add one. And it would be this one, or it would be. I like all totals today. I really like the under in that Rangers game, Rangers Brewers. I really like the under there. Jeremy just really talked me onto that over in that other one, and then call me crazy, but 7.5 T-Mobile this time of year, coming off 10 runs, 18 runs. The Cardinals bats look good over the last couple of days. Under. Under. Come on, man. It's too easy. I think Wu shuts down the Cardinals. Chris hit the nail right on the head. Their offense way too inconsistent. And I think Wu has a solid outing today. And just when you think Seattle finna do something at home, it's so comical. It happens every time. Just when you think they're finna do something, they don't. Their bats sell them. So Wu can't save them. Gilbert can't save them. Castillo can't save them. Nobody, their pitchers can't save them. They don't hit. So under here. And I would lean towards the Cardinals at the plus money, playing as well as they're playing. So that's it for me in baseball today, ladies and gentlemen. There's one game from the WNBA. I don't think I made a graphic for it. Sorry, Dub. I've been red hiding the Dub. I took yesterday off. I'm taking today off too, so I can tell y'all my thoughts on this game. Sun Dream 13.5 point home favorites, total 157.5. Jeremy, you got any thoughts here?
Yeah, I didn't make it a play. I wanted to. I skipped yesterday. I would have lost the Sparks over had I played it. But in this spot, I think the under looks great. I mean, you have the potential for a blowout. A lot of blowouts lead to under plays. Yeah, I mean, I'm just looking at the total. Was it like 158.5, 159.5, somewhere in that range? And I just thought it looked really, really good as a spot to take an under. I did not make it a play, but I think I should have.
Fair enough. I kind of like the under here in that one too. I would lean towards Atlanta. There's no reason for me not to take Atlanta here. These two teams that played in Atlanta already once this season. Atlanta blew them out 79-55. The most recent meeting was in Connecticut. It was a 93-76 win for Atlanta. There was one game in there where the Sun did beat them in Connecticut back in, what's that, June? But it would be Atlanta for me here at home. I don't love it, though. It's not like they're going to win this game by 20. I just don't think there's no motivation for me to lay double digits. I'm just telling you, I think from the talent and everything, they should do it. Y'all know me, a lot of times in hoops, I'm looking for extra motivation for teams to hoop. And in this one, there's just not any extra motivation. They are comfortable at home, 5th home game, last 6 games, shooting in the same rim, same gym. I think the line's spot on. Chris, any thoughts on this?
Yeah, there's no huge amount of value for me here on either side, but I would lean towards Atlanta just based on personal experience, where every time I seem to fade this team is when they decide to show up, especially down the stretch where I've thought, they don't have any motivation. They already clinched a playoff spot. They already clinched home court. They'll sort of coast to the finish line, and they haven't. They just keep their foot on the gas. They did so against the Sparks, and I think they come out and show up here again. So give me the dream.
Last game of the night, fellas. Monday night Football, first one of the year. Ain't nothing like a good Monday night football game, man. It's nothing like a good Monday night. Close out the week. You know what I mean? Then you got a couple days of just talking shit. You know, dissecting everything, overreactions. You know, I love it. I love it. I just love everything that comes with the NFL, man, in the week-to-week grind of it. Let's close it out, man. Let's close it out. We got the Vikings 1.5 point road favorites. Total 43.5. I have a premium on the side, so I will tell you how I feel about the total, and I'll give you all some more tidbits as well. I like the under here in this one. I don't think there's any real reason for me to try to get too cute. You got JM9, JJ McCarthy making his first start of his career on the road, hostile environment, prime time. Yeah, I just don't think it's a great recipe for the Vikings to open it up and, you know, just do too much offensively. I think the Bears defensively can do enough. While on the other side, the Vikings may be one of the best defenses in football. I love Ben Johnson. I love what he brings to the Chicago Bears. One of the best offensive minds in the game, but completely right out the gate. Do I think the Bears just, oh my God, 40 points a game? I don't think so. I did go back and look. Ben Johnson's first game coaching with the Lions, they did put up some points in that game. I think they put up like 30. So he is that good of an offensive coach. You know, he had Jared Goff looking like a top 5 quarterback there for a while. So, but I think the under's the right play here in this one. Minnesota's defense is that good. And Chicago's, I don't trust JJ McCarthy in his first start on the road. First start on the road in Chicago on prime time. Name me a tougher start. Division game. Couple stats. Division home dogs have been extremely profitable dating back to 2009. I believe they went 0-2 yesterday, though.
No, the Browns covered.
You're talking about winning outright, or?
No, they covered. Yeah, so Browns covered. So 1-2 because Atlanta didn't.
Seattle didn't.
And Seattle didn't. So, yeah, I think they went 1-2 yesterday. But overall, since 2009, division home dogs have been extremely profitable. So that's kind of my thoughts here on this one. Again, I have a premium on the side. I really like the side on who I got tonight. But total, I like the under. I probably should have played the under. I haven't played a total yet. I don't really like totals early in the season. I kind of like to see what's happening first before I play a total. And I tell you all the time, I hate the way totals make me watch the game. So I like the under here in this one, though. Prop wise, it's tough. I would probably just go easy. You know, we know Ben Johnson liked to run the football. He had Gibbs, he had Montgomery, so probably just go Swift. And probably get creative. Maybe Swift for 2 of them. You know, I don't really want to. I don't expect. You know, so that's kind of just what I'm expecting. And we know primetime unders. You know, so it's like if I'm going touchdown, I'm going Swift. That's kind of my thoughts in this game. Chris, what you thinking?
Yeah, I did the video for this one. So I'll just give that same play out. I'm on the Bears here. I said it before that I do think that Ben Johnson is going to unlock something here with Caleb Williams, and I think that sort of it's just going to be breaking out of the in your sophomore campaign, breaking out of that rookie slump that he had. You kind of laid it out. I think it's just a tough spot for JJ McCarthy in his first real start. I mean, road appearance at Soldier Field, where this division rivalry can get really nasty. And 2 angles. You already talked about one where it's home division underdogs in week 1, but also non-playoff teams catching points against playoff teams from the season prior. And I think that the Bears come out here with some purpose, and I think they get the job done here. So give me the Bears.
You going points? You going money line?
I might split the bet, but if I had to pick one over the other, I'd still probably take the points just in case. I mean, because realistically, it's a division game. We saw some 1-point games yesterday. We saw Baltimore Bills. We saw.
We had the Jets with 2, where you were getting 2.5 in that spot.
We saw the Browns and the Bengals finish at 1 point. So for an extra 10 cents to get the extra point and a half in a division matchup, yeah, I'll take the 1.5, I think.
Jeremy, how you feeling? Monday Night Football, baby.
Yeah, I wish I liked the side a little bit more here, but you guys are probably reading it a little better than myself. I want to know how much Ben Johnson held back in preseason, which I think is quite a bit. We got rumors or stories about J.J. McCarthy looking terrible and Caleb Williams not looking great. Got to see how much it is. I'll pull out the extra arm, pat myself in the back to start off college and pro. I'm 14-4 in prop bets, even though I don't put them on the premium side and do that. I usually throw a couple in on some of my picks. And I like Jordan Mason over rushing yards. I think at some point he takes over that job, and it's a really low number. If he gets 10 to 12 carries, I think he's definitely hitting that 37.5 in a lot of places. I can't believe I'm doing this because I'm a Justin Jefferson truther, but I like him under 6.5 receptions. And I was surprised it was juiced down to minus 160 for the under. So I think they're telling you which way they probably think you should go. And Justin Jefferson can blow this up at any given stretch because he's that freaking good. And I like Aaron Jones more as a passing back. I think his yardage prop looks good. I think you could play his receptions, but I like his yardage more. It's sitting at 17.5 or so. So that's where I would be. I do have a premium play on the total.
Week 1, we ain't seen him yet. Everybody, their mama, uncle, and auntie got Justin Jefferson in their parlays tonight over. So I ain't mad at an under, man. And I like the under full game anyways. I think that's super sharp. And Justin Jefferson's the best receiver in the league. I'm in that camp too. He's number 1. 1, him. 2, Chase. 3, CD. You know, CD just pissed me off. But
you know who's going to force their way up there? We're going to have to debate. And I know it's still early in his career. Is Puka. He had another 10 catches and 130 some yards yesterday. He's just a stat machine, man.
I ain't mad at the Puka. I ain't mad at it. I'm not mad at it at all. Mad at it at all. So, yeah, man. Should be a fun game tonight. Monday Night Football, division game. Chi-Town. It's fun when Chicago got a little hype to them. They haven't had a lot in recent memory. Bear down, Chicago Bear. Bear down, Chicago Bears. Man, I would not hear me sing that right now, but I would. Man, I wish I could say that. Fair enough, fellas. That's it. That's all. We did it. We covered all 11 in Major League Baseball. 1 from the WNBA, 1 from the NFL. A little recap as well. Fun Monday, man. Money making Monday. Chris, coming off the weekend, we coming off of first one of the season, man. Having everything back. What you got going this week or today over at Pick Dawgz Premium?
Yeah, for me today, it's just baseball because I gave you guys the play that's my premium play for the NFL. So, so today, like I said, just MLB for sale. My Major League Baseball pickoff play still, hot with that 122 and the last 35 we've hit. Still see the board well in Major League Baseball. Got that as part of a 3-pack. But if you want the long-term pass, you can still get that NFL play, and still it's the best way to go, especially now that we're going to start ramping up into more college football, more NFL. So make sure that you jump on and pair me up with Jay or Jeremy and use that promo code PICK checkout, get 15% off.
Hop on with the franchise, ladies and gentlemen. Continue to kick the crap out of the books with my guy, Jeremy. What you got going on over at Pick Dawgz Premium?
Yeah, so I got a triple play up. It's a mixed sport. I didn't find a ton in baseball that I love today, so I have 2 plays there and 1 in the football game as well. This weekend was interesting. As I said, Sunday was kind of a weird one for me where I had a winning day, but it didn't feel like it because I didn't hit my top overall play. And I gave out that Ravens game so early. It was plus 1.5, so I actually won it. But I'm hoping the people that followed me actually bet it at plus 1.5 and not just take it on the money line. But I know people do that all the time. So Saturday in college football wasn't great, but looking to bounce back this week. It wasn't awful or anything. It's just I read a couple of games just terribly wrong and got lucky on a few. So I've been seeing the NFL well. It's been good so far, and I think that continues tonight. But just looking forward to the rest of these games. And Jay, you and I talked about it. Overreaction week 2. We get that in the NFL this week, and it's one of my favorite weeks to bet.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Hop on with Jeremy, man. Continue to do the damn thing with my guy. One thing I was talking about with our owner this morning, we got to kind of do a better job of introducing y'all to some of our new people. Like, I don't even think a lot of y'all know who Jeremy is.
I'm not even sure who I am these days.
That's some shit I would say. But Jeremy's super sharp, man. Radio guy, man. Hop on with Jeremy, man. You know, he's a really good guy that you would want to have his eyes on. A guy that you would, y'all know what I'm trying to say. I can't Fair enough, man. For me, I'll be telling y'all, bro. I think sometimes I think I should be up here talking. So last week, I told you I was cold as shit. You know, it was just this is how I go. You know, and then as soon as it ends, though, as soon as the cold streak ends, every time for me, if you're on my long term, you know, if you've been rocking with me for the last 3 years, you know, I get super cold. And it's sad. Like, I don't even know how I be wondering how to break it. And then all of a sudden it just breaks. And I get hotter than fish grease. And I'm in one of those stretches right now. I'm number one last 7 days. Since the calendar turned to September, I've been on a heater, a generational heater. I think I'm 18-7 in that stretch. And that was coming off a bad college football Saturday. I had some terrible reads in college football on Saturday. Kansas State being one of them. Ooh, they lost outright, bro. That was nasty. And Florida. They lost outright, too. Other than that, though, it's been a really good week. NFL, I went 3-1 yesterday. Had a lot of good reads. So just trying to keep it rolling. Baseball was a really cool week. In the WNBA, I've hit, 7 in a row on my top play in the WNBA. So just looking to keep momentum rolling forward. You guys can hop on with me over at PickDawgz Premium. I have one play tonight. As of right now, it's the side in the Monday Night Football game. I might add one baseball. And really one of them, you know. So hop on with me, man. Let's continue to kick the crap out of the books. Let's continue to keep this hot streak rolling. That's what I got going on right now. I probably might add that baseball. I'm just trying to think if I really want to add it. I might. So y'all know what time of the show it is now. It's parlay time, fellas. Parlay. My parlay got busted up yesterday. Young way cool. We're not cool, bro. We're not cool. Mm-hmm.
Young ho.
Man. The reason why you stay away from them young hoes, man. I will say, I forgot to say that. Baker, that was a hell of a throw. He stood up. He stepped up through that dart to Mbuka. You played a hell of a game.
I was saying this morning, like, I think Baker looks like the guy that the Browns thought he was when they drafted him number 1 overall. And I think he's that guy that, you know, everybody was trying to put Trevor Lawrence there a couple of years ago that starts inching his way up near the top guys who are in kind of a category of their own. But, I mean, if he cuts back on the interceptions, he can be special.
Everybody been asking me to drop my quarterback rankings. I dropped them on Twitter this morning. My top 15. Here we go. I'll rattle them off for y'all right quick. Mahomes, 1. Allen, 2. Lamar, 3. Burrow, 4. Dak, 5. Hurts, 6. Herb, 7. Baker, 8. Daniels, 9. Stafford, 10. Goff, 11. Kyler, 12. Geno, 13. Love, 14. Rodgers, 15. That's my 15. In order. If you want to argue with me, follow me on Twitter at ParlayGuyJ. We can argue in the comments. So, Chris, what you got for us, man? Parlay time.
Let's go same game parlay with the Mariners and Cal Raleigh home run and put that with the Chicago Cubs.
Jeremy.
Yeah, I got a 3-team prop bet. 2 home runs, Pete Alonso and Zach Neto, 2 of my favorite guys today. Decent price tag. And then I threw in Justin Jefferson under 6.5 reception. It pays out. It's plus 2,600. So nice little payday if we can get those home runs, which are the toughest part of it, but I like it.
Baseball, we're going to go under. Rangers, Brewers, under. Cardinals, Mariners, under. And Reds-Padres, under. 3-teamer. And then props. JJ McCarthy, INT. Caleb Williams, INT. DeAndre Swift, anytime touchdown. I love my INT props, man. So,
I think Caleb Williams has a clean game. Not gonna lie.
Might throw a pink on the first.
I like the JJ McCarthy one.
One question, Jay. If Hurts win this year, where does he move to? He won't move, bro. He's forever outside my top 5 in that 6th spot. That's where he belongs.
It's his ceiling.
Yeah, that's his ceiling. Shout out Jalen Hurts, though. He played his ass off on Thursday. He played his ass off, man. He played his ass off. Them 2 scrambles for touchdowns was won them in that game. Hats off, too. But he's forever in that 6th spot. I will never put him in my top 5. Until he throws 30 touchdowns in a season, he's not in my top 5.
I agree with you. I hate when people try to crown these guys after they win a Super Bowl. It's like, you got to look at everything. It's not just winning Super Bowls, and winning a Super Bowl is a damn team effort there. So, last year when the Eagles won the Super Bowl, in about week 12, there was that conversation, is Jalen Hurts going to be the thing that holds them back? Nothing else, not the defense, not the running game, not their offensive line or wide receivers. Hurts. He's good. He's not great.
That's my assessment on it too. Great leader. He's the best game manager in the game. But if there's ever a moment where the Eagles are behind and you need him to make the throws to win the football game, I don't think he make them. I think there's a couple guys ahead of him that will. Mahomes will. Allen will. Burrow will. And Dak will. I don't care what y'all say. Dak will. And he damn near did. See, he just dropped the fucking ball. Oh, man, I can talk about this all day. We love y'all, man. We'll talk about it more throughout the week. Football's back, baby. We got all year to argue. Y'all know where to find me. We can argue on Instagram. We can argue on Twitter. We can argue right here in the comments of this show if you don't want to. Chris, Jeremy, any final words before we get out of here for the day? No.
No. Good luck.
I'm trying to not do it. I've already done it once this show.
All right.
No, I was wondering if we could get one with Kikuchi and it would just be a woman moaning every time he throws a pitch.
No,
or
we
something.
can't
Yeah.
because all of a sudden we get an explicit rating. I've tried.
All right, sorry.
See you tomorrow.
And then Kosty's desk lifts 3 inches somehow with his hand. I don't know what happened.
We
You're
got
giving him too much credit.
We got Brian and Brad with us tomorrow.
3. Yeah, not me tomorrow. No me.
Oh, no, Chris. He's traveling. Fair. Being traded back to Kansas City. See you tomorrow.